Is the mayor ready, Fritzy?
Mayor Johnson is ready to go.
Former Suns guard, now the mayor of Sacramento. Do I have to call you mayor, Mr. Mayor, KJ? What do you think works here?
Mr. Patrick, I answer to, as an elected official, I answer to just about anything. Those are kind introductions.
Where do we stand with this on keeping the Kings in town?
I'll tell you what, I'm excited. I think Sacramento, we're going to pull it off. The Maloof family accepted an offer to sell the team to Seattle, and the group up in Seattle signed it, but there was always an opportunity for a backup offer to be accepted, and we're all over it in Sacramento. We got an ownership group that's putting forward a counteroffer that's competitive and very strong. We're building a brand-new arena. We just had a council vote last night to build a brand-new arena in downtown. And then thirdly, we believe very strongly in our market, the viability and strength of the Sacramento market, and I think those are going to be the three criteria, and I think at the end of the day, we'll find a way to keep our team in Sacramento.
All right, give me a percentage here on the likelihood that the Kings stay in Sacramento.
I'm going to say Steve Nash is on the free throw line.
So good
90%.
Good 90. Okay. So 90%. All right.
Yep.
But he does miss occasionally.
But you asked me for a percentage.
Okay. All right. I thought you might go Steve Alford or Kyle Macy or somebody like Reggie Miller, maybe a little bit higher than that.
I'll tell you what, any of those guys standing on the free throw line would work for us right now.
But how important has this been for you personally, that here you are the mayor of Sacramento? The importance of the Kings to Sacramento is what?
I'll tell you what, I mean, when you think about Sacramento, we're the capital of California, the 8th largest economy in the world, and we have only one professional sports team. It means the world to our community. The Sacramento Kings have been here since 1985. We epitomize what a one-team market is all about. When you think about our fans, we have some of the best records of attendance in the history of the NBA. In terms of the last 28 seasons, we've sold out 19 times. We have two of the longest sellout streaks in the history of the NBA. We have a top 20 TV market. And when you think about that, the NBA owns 100% of the market share in Sacramento. So we feel very, very strongly about our commitment in our market. And more importantly, it's about civic pride. You know, they were looking to move. The Kings were looking to move to Anaheim. Our city, stood up very strong. Our corporate community raised a significant amount of money. And right now in Sacramento, we're doing a season ticket drive to let folks know that if we have new owners in a new building, our goal is to get 10,000 season ticket holders. We're about 7,500 already. So we feel very comfortable and confident about our market, and this team and this love affair between the city and the NBA is something that's very strong, palatable.
He's the mayor of Sacramento, Kevin Johnson, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. But how did we get to the point where the Maloofs wanted to take the team out or sell the team or move to Anaheim, move to Seattle? Why not, if they understand what's great about Sacramento, that they didn't want to keep it there?
Yeah, I think it's a fair question, and I think the Maloofs have been here since 1997, and I think over a 10-year period, they just grew frustrated with Sacramento. There was probably about a dozen failed attempts to get arenas, and they weren't successful, and at some point they just felt they had to look elsewhere, and they started doing that. I ended up becoming mayor, and I begged them to stay in Sacramento, and we put an arena deal together last year that they accepted, and we were excited about it, and they ended up changing their mind, and they wanted to look at other markets, and they put bids out and eventually found Seattle. But I think at the end of the day, if they hadn't had so many failed efforts in Sacramento, this would be a place that they would want to be. But I think there was so much kind of water under the bridge or damage in terms of their relationship and their perspective on Sacramento and vice versa that they felt it was better to pursue other options. I don't agree with that, and I don't think the NBA owners will agree with that at the end of the day.
Who's more important in keeping the Kings in Sacramento, the commissioner or the fellow owners?
I think the fellow owners, I think the commissioner would very much say, as a commissioner, his job is to create options and lay out the facts for the owners, and I think he'll do that in a very effective way. The owners, ultimately, it is up to them to protect their brand and the association of the NBA. Not one team or one city is more important than the NBA, and I certainly know that firsthand. And I think the owners, they frown upon moving a team from one city to another. They want to do everything that they can to preserve a team in a market. It's a death blow to the league. They don't want to do that. And normally when you have a team leave from one city, it's for one of two reasons. Either a team is not being supported by the fans and the corporate community, or they can't build a building. That, in fact, is why the team left Seattle. they weren't getting the support they needed, and they couldn't build a building. That is not the case in Sacramento. As I said earlier, our fans are some of the best in the NBA, bar none. No one would deny that. And we have 2 arena deals. We just had one approved 2 nights ago by council, a 7-2 vote to make a $258 million investment in a brand new arena downtown. And we had an arena deal approved a year ago. So the 2 primary factors we've addressed in Sacramento, it would be unprecedented for owners to say, you know what, we're going to pick up this team and move it to another city.
Final 30 seconds. When do you find out when it's official that the Kings would stay in Sacramento?
April 3rd, we get a chance to go out and make our case to the Joint Committee and the NBA, and they'll make a final decision on April 18th, April 19th. If
you had to dunk as the final vote to keep the Kings in Sacramento, could you?
Ouch. Dan, I don't think I'd be able to pull that one off.
Wow. Hey, well, good luck with it. I know it's been a long process, a long campaign for you. Always good to talk to you, KJ.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. The mayor of Sacramento, Kevin Johnson.